Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Minho Minha Kim and Minho about Pachinko, which is going to be premiering on March 25th on Apple TV+. Thank you both for your time.
Thank you.
Hi, Peter.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for doing this. Minho, I do have to say, you do such a great job in this show. Your character does have dialogue. It does speak to a lot of characters, but your character says a lot with her facial expressions and her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering what that was like doing that on set as well. There's a lot of emotion with your character.
Yeah, there were a lot of emotions to myself, and there were a lot of emotional scenes as well. So I tried to, because Sonja, she's not like talkable person. She doesn't speak a lot. So I really wanted to deliver those kind of language and all my emotional through my eyes. So yeah, that's what I was trying to do on the set.
And you did a great job. Lee, you did such a great job with Hansu. And my question, very simple, is what were some learning experiences playing a character like this?
네, 이민호 배우님께 질문 드리겠습니다. 한수도 너무 완벽하게 연기를 해주셨는데요. 제 질문은 그 한수 배우를 연기를 하시면서 좀 어떤 점을 배우셨을지가 궁금합니다.
한수를 통해서 어떤 점을 배웠다기보다는 그 시대에 살아가는 사람의 감성을 이해하는 시간을 좀 가졌던 것 같고, 그리고 그렇게 치열하게 서바이벌하는 환경 속에서 자신만의 방식으로 살아남아야 했고, 그리고 또 그렇게 치열하게 살아가는 한수의 모습에 공감을 많이 했던 것 같습니다.
Yeah, I wouldn't exactly say that I learned from acting out Hansu, but what I did understand by portraying Hansu was how people felt and the emotions of the people at the time. So they had to really work hard in order to survive in such harsh conditions. And Hansu also had his own ways of surviving through those harsh times. And in that way, I could really resonate with him.
Oh, absolutely. Mina, another thing too is the show has a lot of flashbacks, goes back and forth, different generations, different eras. And what I find interesting is your character is a huge part of these very important flashbacks. Like, it's not just like just a regular small flashback in a scene in a movie or film. These are very important. What's it like being part of important flashbacks, looking at history with Teen Sunja?
Yes, like you said, we have a lot of flashbacks, and it is all related to all the generations. So like what I felt while I was performing this teenage Sonja was that I had the key events, and I had whole reason why Sonja has to be like that when I got older. So I had a lot of responsibilities while I was doing the performance. So yeah, that was what I was thinking. Yeah, I felt.
For sure. Lee, whether it's acting or music, it's all storytelling. And I'm just curious, what excites you and what is your favorite thing about being a storyteller?
네, 그리고 이민호 배우님, 이게 연기이던 뭐 음악이던 간에 이 모든 게 저는 스토리텔링이 중심이라고 생각을 하는데요. 이런 스토리텔러로서 뭐 어떤 점이 가장 이러한 직업에 대해서 마음에 드시나요?
내가 경험하지 못하는 새로운 경험들을 늘 할 수 있다라는 게 가장 좋은 직업인 것 같고, 그리고 사실은 우리가 열심히 노력해서 공부하지 않으면 느낄 수 없는 시대의 어떤 감성들, 뭐 이런 것들을 간접적으로나마 그 안에 들어가서 치열하게 고민하고 직접 부딪힐 수 있다는 점이, 그런 점이 가장 좋은 직업이라고 생각합니다.
What I really like about this profession is that I get to experience kind of secondhand the experiences that I wouldn't have been able to experience. So for example, for this show, I wouldn't really understand the emotions and sentiments of the people at the time if I didn't study really hard into or look deep into the history. But through this show, I could really feel how they felt and what kind of sentiments they had. So I really like being able to indirectly experience these different times.
Oh, absolutely. Well said, for sure. Minha, I want to ask you the same question. What excites you about storytelling?
I really like that you chose the word storyteller because I really think about my job as a storyteller because I get to tell the audience and tell the world about the stories and the emotions and the thought that we are suffering through that I had what I thought too. So like it is really exciting for me to tell what I'm thinking and tell the audience what this characters is actually feeling. And again, I had the biggest responsibilities to get to tell these stories and tell these emotions to people around the world and these important events and about this like big epic stories. So very exciting and also very responsibilities.
It's so true. And it's a question I have for both of you, but I'll start with Lee. People are going to see it on March 25th. People are going to see the opening credits. And it's one of my favorite things I've ever seen. I love the opening credits, the dancing and the songs. Lee, I'm just curious, what was that like shooting the opening credits for Pachinko?
두 분 모두께 질문 드리겠는데요. 먼저 민호 배우님부터 대답해 주시면 감사하겠습니다. 3월 25일에 저희가 프리미어가 되면은 그 오프닝 크레딧을 보게 될 텐데요. 제가 정말 좋아하는 부분이기도 합니다. 그 춤추시고 하시는 부분이 있는데 노래도 신이 나고 한데 그거 찍으시면서 혹시 어떠셨나요?
그 순간만큼은 마치 어떤 캐릭터를 벗어나서 진정으로 이제 그들이 만약에 영혼적으로 자유롭다라는 신처럼 느껴졌던 것 같아요. 그래서 그냥 어떤 무겁고 뭔가 이렇게 압박이 있는 상태가 아닌 그냥 자유롭게 그 순간을 즐기는 그런 느낌으로 촬영을 했던 것 같습니다.
Yes, so at the time when we were filming the opening credits, we felt like we could, take off our character, like take that away. And then it was like a really liberating scene for us. We could take off all the pressure that we had and the story could get dense, but we felt freed and we felt liberated when we were filming that sequence.
Mina, is there anything you could tell me about the opening credits?
I remember I danced for like 2 hours and like I had to listen to all the music that I like. So I really did enjoy it a lot. And then like Minho said, the whole time we were filming this series, we was all intense. It was kind of like heavy, but while we were shooting the opening sequence, we can really actually just release all the stress and like can just actually in that moment by enjoying it. So it was amazing experience for me too.
She's a dancer.
Yes.
Lee, when people get to see the show, I'm just curious what you hope they get out of it takeaway wise. There's a lot happening. It's very important historically. It looks beautiful when people get to see it. The scenery. What do you hope they get out of it when they get to watch Pachinko on March 25th?
네, 이민호 배우님, 저희가 이제 3월 25일에 전 세계인들이 보게 될 텐데요. 굉장히 많은 일들이 일어나기도 하고, 또 역사에 대한 언급도 있고, 그리고 또 그 배경도 너무 아름답습니다. 이런 걸 봤을 때 어떤 점을 사람들이 좀 얻어가셨으면 좋겠다고 생각을 하시나요?
요새 사실은 우리는 굉장히 많은 정보들을 접하고, 그리고 또 너무나 많은 것들을 실시간으로 접할 수 있는 시대를 살고 있기 때문에 사실 나를 돌아보고 주변을 돌아보고 조금 정서적인 안정이나 힐링을 할 수 있는 시간들이 많이 없다고 생각이 드는데 저 또한 이번 작품을 이제 경험하면서 느꼈던 것처럼 나를 돌아보고 주변을 돌아보고 그리고 또 우리가 앞으로 가야 할 방향에 대해서 고민할 수 있는 그런 정서적인 힐링의 시간이 되는 그런 작품이 됐으면 좋겠습니다.
Yes, so we live in this constant flood of information these days, and everything just changes real time. And I think that leaves us with not much time to heal ourselves emotionally, or look back on ourselves, or look back on people around us. And shooting the show allowed me that time to think about myself and think about the people around me. So I hope people can take away the same thing from the show and have some time to heal themselves emotionally.
Well said. Absolutely. I want to thank you both for your time. And March 25th, people are going to be able to see it. It's going to premiere on Apple TV Plus Pachinko. Minha, Lee, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.